Chapter 13, Fuel Facility Temporary Deactivation. Introduction to the following more stringent local state the applicable guidelines. Chapter during the initial deactivation of the fueling facility, the following applicable subjects and temporary deactivation fueling facilities for 3 months or more with further continuing maintenance issue and reactivation deactivated facility. Refer to the inactive document UFC016 01N. There's required for the circumstance and additional guidelines. Deactivation storage tank pipes is provided with the API standard 2610 NFPF 30, the Appendix C of the Federal Regulation addressing out of service underground storage tank system, Title 40 CFR Part 280 General Requirements. Chapter 2 Design information contains information of the fueling facility. Does not begin the design deactivation plan without first becoming completely familiar with Chapter 2 of the UFC. Chapter 3 Fuel Storage Distribution Facilities 1331. Tanks. The following items apply to the deactivation of all tanks in general. Emptying and cleaning tanks according to the apparent API standards 20115 or UFGS 3336500. Cleaning petroleum storage tanks. Provide water ballast with the copper sulfite solution. 1 part copper sulfite, 3 million parts water. Discharge of organic growth. Verify the compatibility with environmental regulation prior to the employing with the solution. For the procedure of the MO 230 Title 29 Part 1910. Entire tanks performing with the maintenance of the tank. For the tanks equipped with the cathodic protection system and for operation prepare necessary for the tanks not equipped with the cathodic system for the investigation of the economic trade-offs installing those systems of deactivation various associated with the caretaker, the maintenance cost of various environmental protection considered. May mark each of the tank is clear with the status. Place a warning sign on the tank that indicated with the current and the former contents if the required state and local regulatory agencies submitted with the documentation out of service and storage tanks. 13.311 above ground tanks empty the evaluated hazardous atmosphere to define the Title 40 29 CFR Part 1910-146. Wash and dry tank interior until visible clean in accordance with the API standard 20115. Physical disconnect fuel connection. Treat the interior tanks that have been used for stored fuel oil with a corrosion preventive compound. For other steel tanks, coat the unpainted interior surface to preserve its low lubrication oil. Close the vent of the lubricating oil tanks vendor. On the other tanks should be remain open. Parts of the filled tanks are subject to the high winds of preventing overturning with the water, except that there is possibility of freezing or rupturing of the tank with environmental cheese and kerosene, acid, caustic soda with the water, or obtaining the pH of the tank or corrosion inhibitor for determining the adequate liquid base balance required based on the expected winds and size of the tank and specific gravity liquid used. Comply with the API standard 2015. Comply with the state and local environmental regulations. 13.312 underground tanks. Empty evaluate hazardous atmosphere defined in Title 29 Part 1 1910-146. Clean underground metal concrete tanks. Partly filled tanks insufficiently anchored against flotation with the water to prevent buoyancy. Provide adequacy safeguards where there is dangerous and the frequency. Provide a minimum of 12 inches of water. The rubber lining of the concrete tanks. Leave the vent lines on the underground tanks open to make sure the vents are adequately screened tightly capped and plug all other tank openings after the removal of the equipment. Please provide the release of ejection whenever the left is in the tank. Comply with Title 40 Part 280 with the applicable state and local environmental regulations. 13.313 tank level controls. Remote controls such as flow control level, flow operated with gauges, low level cut off the water detector locates probes and the tank of the cleaning the treat the corrosion predator the compound with the storage control the dry place. Pipelines drain the vacuum extract all the fuel from the pipeline if possible. Pick the pipeline to remove any residual fuel blind in the flange connection vents. Change the line of the nitrogen gas. Continue to provide with the cathodic protection maintain the nitrogen charge externally coated unpainted unwrapped lines exposed to the weather with corrosion preventing the compound. The 12321 pipeline equipment. Remove clean coat outside with the light oil with the reinstall the strainer. Remove the clean and treat the corrosion preventive the compound. Store the meters in dry place. Keep the gaskets light and to prevent and divert water entering. Remove the clean grease and the static hydraulically operated with the diaphragm control valve within dry place. Plane the exterior tree with the corrosive preventive of the compound. Leave all the other valves such as plug valves, check valves in place. Lubricate the plug valves. Leave open the position. Move the tag and date. Store out in the hose in the dry station. 13.322 fueling pits. Inspect tags. Secure fueling pits. Make provisions pumping pits dry. 13.4 facilities. General consideration. Make arrangements to retain minimal amount of maintenance equipment. Check and label all the keys and all the doors, gates, and hatches and other moving equipment. Clean and repair the necessary of all storm sewers, drains, ditch, and the other drainage structural and preventing floods and storms damage the roads, runways, trucks, and structures. 13.4.2 fencing. The tightening connects the gauge, the post, the braces of the gauge, as anchorages that ensure the stability and the current of the alignment. The clean lubricating the hinges, the latches, locking devices, and all their alignment hardware. Combined payments to those of the parts, the fences, the gauge, as shown on the sign. Corrosion. 12.14.3 paved surfaces, unpaved shoulders. Unpaved shoulders will only repair necessary to ensure the positive drain of the surface of water. The adjoining pavement fill holes and ruts of the blade ridges to eliminate standing water, backfill depression under mining of the pavement, and threatened with the possible retaining existing ground cover. The concrete pavements to repair the concrete pavements only as required to perform the surface activities to prevent surface disintegration. Patch by bituminous surfaces with the depressed broken slab prevent the pounding of the water with the resulting saturation of the subgrade. Seal the joints, cracks in the concrete pavements, and with the bituminous material, bituminous pavements limit surface to repairs the bituminous pavement to repair the holes and raveled edges, areas, edge failures, and open cracks. Repair unused surface with the necessary maintain, prevent the poundage and surface of water. Chapter 14, Fueling Facility.